All right, this is the Week 13 press conference with Cal starting quarterback Fernando Mendoza prior to the Bears' 127th big game against Stanford on Saturday at California Memorial Stadium. We will go ahead and get questions started with Jim McGill from Bear Insider. Go ahead, Jim.
Hey, Fernando. Just wanted to ask you what your thoughts are on your upcoming third big game. How much does it mean to you, and how is it different from the other games?
This one means a lot. The first year, I've said many times, I did not know what I was getting myself into. As when I thought it was just a normal rivalry game, and being my freshman year, all my previous knowledge of rivalry games being in high school, I didn't realize the amount of how much people really cared about the big game. And so throughout my years here, it's been amazing to see all the support as every year I've been here, we've been successful in our mission. And this year means the big game it's called the big game for a reason because there's a lot at stake. However, this big game is even more important as it would even help us with bowl eligibility. So that's a big thing for our team it's the big game. We wouldn't want it any other way. So we're ready for it and really excited for it.
And for a different sort of question, we hear about the LSU quarterback being offered $10 million by Michigan. And there's a lot more money floating around out there with NIL on the new rules on as far as revenue distribution goes. What if some programs out there say, this Mendoza kid out in California, he's putting up some pretty good numbers. We might want to add him to our program. What's your reaction when people come knocking on your door?
So for clarification, I haven't seen it. It was it Garrett Nussmeier was offered $10 million, or was it another kid?
I think so. I think it was him.
Garrett Nussmeier. Yeah. Well, actually, I met Garrett this summer. He's a phenomenal quarterback, so it's no surprise to me that a quarterback of that caliber. I know some other guys know him on the team because he's from the Los Angeles area, I believe. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy nowadays with all the money that's being thrown around and all that stuff. However, my focus is on the big game because although those news reports might be cool to see that the quarterback position is being inflated, which don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining, but at the end of the day, football is a team sport. You need 11 guys on offense and 11 guys on defense. And that's what I'm focused on right now. I'm focused on the 11 guys on offense to help prepare everybody, including myself, for the big game, and then for Dallas, and then for hopefully our potential bowl game. So that's what I'm focused on right now. However, congrats to anybody that is being offered because that is life-changing money.
All right, we'll let you off the hook.
All right, Jeff Ferrado, Cal Bears on the side.
Hey, Fernando. Jaden Otto's obviously had two terrific performances in the big game. And I'm wondering what you thought of how he played the other day. Are you starting to see sort of the old Jaden perhaps coming back, and what you expect from him on Saturday?
Yeah, Jaden played. I thought he played really well. I thought he had the nice 53-yard run, or 54. Not sure exactly the specific on that. However, it was great to see him show his long speed and show what Jaden Ott's all about. So I'm really expecting Jaden to have a big performance in this year's big games, and especially like star players like Jaden, and especially Jaden. When the lights turn bright, the stars become brighter, and that's a statement that I think coincides with Jaden's play, and I'm really excited to see him and everybody else on our offense elevate their play on Saturday.
You guys have obviously had a pretty good year offensively. Do you feel bad for him that he's just hasn't been able to stay healthy and that it's been such a challenging season for him?
Jaden's one of my good friends, and I really hope that he gets every opportunity to do what he has to do to be successful on the field. And I mean, injuries are a part of the game, and it really does. It hurts myself and a lot of other leaders and just everybody on the team to see Jaden through the first part of the season, have some of those issues come up. However, now the season, I think he's doing a lot better, and he showed a lot of spark and has helped our offense a lot in this past couple of weeks. And so I'm very excited for him, and I just love playing with him.
All right. Thanks a lot, Fernando.
Thank you.
All right, Steve Croner, San Francisco Chronicle.
Good afternoon, Fernando.
Good afternoon.
If I mention the three letters BGH, what comes to your mind, if anything?
Oh. The three letters would be Big Game Hero. There's a couple ones that I could think of in the past. For example, I could think of Lou Hearns. The year before I got there, Lou Hearns, Big Game Hero, true freshman. He also wore number 15 for a while, and he's a good friend of mine. Then the next year, I'd say Jackson Sermon, Daniel Scott, and Jaden Ott were all Big Game Heroes. And then this past year, I don't think they might have announced it. I don't think I saw it, but definitely Tron Grizel. So those are 3 years of Big Game Heroes. And the Big Game Hero, means a lot more. There's a great alumni quarterback who I would say is a mentor to me, Steve Levy. And he's been great to me throughout all my years, from freshman year to all the way now, my redshirt sophomore year or junior year. And hearing the stories about him becoming the Big Game Hero and what it means to him and his class, and just kind of his whole entire team and era, sort of say, has really put in perspective how amazing that honor is. But the honor comes with winning the game. So you need to do one first in order to get the second accolade. And I'm really excited to see who's going to be the Big Game Hero this year. Hopefully it's, who knows? There's so many great people I would want to get the Big Game Hero. Like, for example, I love, if Jack or Corey could get Big Game Hero, or Jet or Jaden or something like that. That'd be amazing.
Good luck.
Thank you.
We'll go to Matt Moreno from Rivals.
Fernando, obviously, when you arrive at Cal, you hear about the rivalry, I'm sure, and have some familiarity, it's something that gets talked about. But how much, or maybe was there anything that surprised you when you were able to get on the field and actually see it in person, see it kind of play out? You mentioned, just how passionate people are about it. Was there anything that surprised you about just what it's like to play and be part of that game and kind of everything that comes with it?
Yeah. My freshman year, I was really surprised about this mass amount of people that, the stadium was sold out. And that was the first time I'd ever seen the stadium sold out. And it was a true 63, 64, I believe, thousand. And it was really strong showing. And after we won the game with, Big Game Hero, Jackson Sermon, Daniel Scott, Jaden Ott, and my old quarterback friend, Jack Plummer, everyone stormed the field. And that was a real sense. People wanted to take pictures with me. And I was the signal caller. So at that point, I was this game meant a lot. And then even last year, being to be able to be a part of it and actually help to really contribute to the team's success during the game. It meant the world just to see how at that point in our season, we were 3-6 and then we were 4-6. And that was our 5th win. How monumental that was to our turning point in the season, with our momentum going into that UCLA game, which we ended up becoming victorious, and just what it meant to the team and how we're all celebrating in the locker room. And it felt like a true victory. So I'm really looking forward to the opportunity this Saturday.
Yeah, obviously Steve asked about Big Game Hero, and is there a sense in the locker room, I want to be that guy? Have you gotten that sense this week or last year? Hey, I want to be that guy that, is the one that leads us to victory?
To a point. However, I believe that we all understand that doing heroic actions may not lead to having heroic results. For example, during our pregame speeches, all the leaders like Craig Woodson, X, Reese, they all state about doing your job. And when you do your job, then heroic things end up happening by the consistency and all the heroes in the past. For example, Tron Grizel did his job amazing last year. All those guys, the 3 guys, Big Game Heroes I mentioned the year before, did their job tremendously. And then Lou, I only watched the highlights because I wasn't a part of the team. But at that moment, I believe he had a great interception and he defended amazing. He did his job great. So we don't want to go out of assignments and try to do anything too heroic. We don't want to, wide open touchdown pass, try to catch it with one hand to be a hero. Or me trying to do a Patrick Mahomes throw. However, everybody, that's what you play college football for. You play college football for the atmosphere, the rivalries, and the chance to play at the next level. And this is the big aspect of it. And I know that everybody in the team is very excited for the opportunity.
You brought up Craig, and when talking about big game, he was very excited. Like you could see it on his face when we talked to him a little bit earlier. He mentioned like there's a lot of guys who have been through a lot with this program that are coming to the end of their careers at Cal. I know you've talked about it even going back to last year of like wanting to win games for those seniors, for some of those guys that are kind of at the end of their careers, in the end of the season. A couple games left in the regular season. How much are you guys really kind of trying to send those guys out on a high note?
Yeah, it would generally mean the world to us. It would mean the world to the locker room. I know it would mean the world to all my teammates, as those guys like Craig Woodson and Miles Williams and just those guys have stuck around for 6 years. It's great. First of all, in this day and age of college football, you're a loyal guy if you stayed at a program for 2 consecutive years. So it's crazy to see the loyalty and everything they've done for the program, through the highs, to the lows, through, all of those different bumps and bruises to the glories. So, I mean, for them to see what they've laid the cement through for all the new young guys, all the transfers, all the freshmen, those are the guys to do it for. Those are the guys to do it for, and the guys that have been here for 6 years. So I know we all can't thank them for how much they've done in practice, just contributing to the culture. Because you take those 2 guys out of the culture, I mean, it's like a life plug. So having those 2 guys in our locker room, fighting for the big game, knowing what it means is huge for us. And that's what we want to win the game for.
Thanks, Fernando.
All right, everyone, that'll wrap us up here. We will see you on Saturday for the game. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless.
Have fun, Fernando.
Will do.